And today we'll talk about how mics work. Nice. Microphones are transducers. Transducer is just a very fancy way to describe something that is transforming a form of energy into another. In the specific case of the microphones, the two energies that are being transformed are the mechanical energy from the sound wave hitting the membrane of the microphone into current. So sound wave into voltage. I'm sure you've never heard of this word before, like nobody really uses it. Like you'll never hear a singer
transducer.
But on the other hand, on your work dinners, you'll sound like the cleverest. Trust me. Also, the speakers are a transducer then, right? Because they are transforming one form of energy into another. They do exactly the opposite of mics. They transform voltage into sound wave, right? It's also why sometimes you see people using speakers as microphones. But then, why do we get the whole feedback loop? That's where I'm going. So we can finally introduce polar patterns. Woo! Polar patterns are not the easiest to understand, or at least for me they weren't, but I'll try to be as crystal clear as possible. Fun fact, polar patterns have nothing to do with polar bears. You can totally notice that I chopped too much my eyebrow and I look like a scugnizzo napoletano. Nice. Let's see the three most common polar patterns that we can find. So we have the cardioid, figure of 8, and omni. Omni 360 degrees, a figure of 8 because this kind of looks like an 8, and cardioid because, it looks like a heart. Yeah, sure. We can all agree it looks like a butt. It's a butt. So then I'm singing. I'm using an omni mic, okay? Singing, and then it means that the microphone is not only picking up my voice, but everything around it. I'm using a figure of 8. Okay, so it's picking up this side and also the back, right? Figure of 8. Or I'm using a cardioid, which means that it will pick it up here, but then in the back, it's not gonna pick it up. So every polar patterns will be used for different situations, right? So if I'm in a live session, I don't want to use an omni mic because it's gonna pick up everything. It's gonna be too much, and then we will get that feedback. So we would rather use probably a cardioid. So we established that singers most likely will use cardioid polar patterns on their mics in the moment they're singing live. Now, mics are not born cardioid. Mics are naturally either figure of 8 or omnidirectional. In order then to be cardioid, there needs to be on the mic some sort of acoustic labyrinth, usually in the capsule. And in the moment you're touching the capsule of your microphone, you're breaking the acoustic labyrinth and you're making that microphone omnidirectional again. That's why it picks up everything and you get a shitload of feedbacks, and that's why you should never touch it.